Hi everyone, and welcome to my kitchen again today. I'm getting ready here to make supper for tonight, which is going to be mini meatloaves. So I thought I'd take you along with me on the prep. I've already got the hamburger in the bowl. This is about just under 2 pounds. Okay, and yes, this is a finger dig-in type of meal prep. But first of all, and I'm reading my directions here, I'm going to put in what it calls for is 1 package of Lipton's onion soup mix, dry. Just pour that in and mix that in there. Okay, got that mixed in a little bit. And then it calls for chopped onion, and I just have maybe half a cup, maybe a little bit more than half a cup. It also calls for green pepper or any peppers you can put in here. I don't have any peppers, so I put a little bit more onion than what I would normally add. And besides that, it asks for 2 to 3 bouillon cubes, and I have 2. And I kind of squeeze them apart or squish them apart, and then mix them in with my fingers. And it does say to add breadcrumbs. I have these Progresso breadcrumbs in a box here. It's very fine. And I'll just sprinkle some in. You're just doing this to kind of act as a filler. So I sprinkle a little bit on top, and I'll mix that in. I know I remember when my mother made meatloaf, she used to tear up pieces of bread to put in here. And I've done that before too, but now I use the breadcrumbs. It's a little bit easier. Okay, and then 2 eggs. I'm just putting them in here because I'm going to squish them in with the meat. Ew. But anyway, just keep squishing it all in. And yes, I did wash my hands with soap and water before I started this, because I knew I was, and I took my rings off too, because I knew I would be working with my hands in the mixture. Okay, and that's all mixed in there very nicely. Let me just rinse my hands off here. Okay, and the next thing is Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire. And it says just a little bit. You don't want too much, just maybe that was a tablespoon. I don't put a lot in. And then just a little bit of pepper, added too for a little bit of seasoning, maybe about half a teaspoon. And I put a little bit of salt in too, about the same amount, about half a teaspoon. And then it calls for minced garlic, and it says just a little of it. So same amount, about half a teaspoon. Okay. And then 1 small can of tomato paste, which I have here in a bowl. I'm adding that to the mixture. And then I'm just going to add it all in with my fingers. I'm going to just mix it all in with my fingers. Okay. And no, we don't put ketchup on top of the meatloaf as it cooks. My husband doesn't like that. Do you, William?
No.
He just said no in case you didn't hear him. And some people will do that. They'll put slices of cheese on top or onions on top. I don't dress it up like that. Okay. And I'll show you here. I'm going to make little loaves. Because I will do this, I will cook this up in the air fryer. But we'll do little loaves for the 1 meal per. Yeah, that's too much. And they will be loaves like this that I put in the air fryer and cook. Okay? I have enough meat mixture here to make 4 mini meatloaves. I'll just go ahead and make all the meatloaves up, and then I'll fix 2 of them for supper tonight, and I'll freeze 2 of them for a supper later on. Okay, so what I do is I'll put these 2 of them in my air fryer and cook them at about 350 for about half an hour. And I'll check them during that time and see if I need to turn them over, which I usually do anyway. I turn them over and cook them for about another 15-20 minutes on the second side. And then I'll check them again after the end of 30 minutes, see how well they're getting done. And if I need to, I'll add more time, but I always watch it like every 10 minutes. I go back and check and see how the meat is cooking in the air fryer. Okay, I just have a little bit of meat left for a second one here, I mean a 4th one. So I'm going to make 2 of these a little bit smaller, because it's a good hunk of meat actually. Makes a good sized meatloaf. Okay? And 1 tinier one, that's okay. Alright, so I've got the meatloaves all ready to go. I'll let you look at them when everything's all done. Alright, so I'll be back with you shortly. It's just midpoint here, and I'm showing you what the mini meatloaves look like halfway done. I'm going to turn them over here. You don't necessarily need to put a lid on, but I do. I'm going to leave the lid off when I put the meatloaves back in the air fryer here, but let me turn them over. I like to turn them over and make it more even. Okay, and put it back together a little bit. And now this one, there, he's more solid. Okay, there we go. So now they're going to go back in. Put that one back together a little bit. He's more tender than the other one was. And I'll cook it again for maybe about another 15 minutes. Actually, this ends up being 350 at about 30 minutes. And in the meantime, while these are cooking in the air fryer, I have veggies steaming away in the Wonder Pot, which is like an Insta pot. So we're going to have steamed veggies, potatoes and carrots, and mini meatloaves for supper. And I'll show you when everything gets done. This is our mini meatloaf dinner with steamed carrots, steamed mini potatoes, or new potatoes, and a mini meatloaf. I'm going to cut this open just to show you what it looks like. Okay, that's dinner for tonight. Hope you all had a great day, and I will be talking with you real soon. Bye for now.